In lane 1, representing Santa Clara, Sandra So. Lane 2, representing Minnesota, Brianne Sawicki. Lane 3, representing Minnesota, Kira Jensen. Lane 4, representing North Baltimore, Becca Mann. Lane 5, swimming unattached gator, Elizabeth Beisel. Lane 6, representing Minnesota, Sam Hardy. Lane 7, representing Texas Ford, Gabrielle Kopinski. And in lane 8, representing Badger Swim Club, Anina Lund. Ladies and gentlemen, our final heat of the women's 1650. Earlier today, we swam 2 additional heats in the women's 1650. The fastest time out of those heats was established by Brooke Lorenzen, Minnesota, 16:25.72. Well, we see some familiar names out there by the likes of Becca Mann, who comes in with the quickest sea time of 15:45.33. Becca's been a rising star the last couple of years on the distance and open water scene. But next to her in lane 5, there's Elizabeth Beisel. I can't tell you the last time I saw Elizabeth Beisel, if ever, swim the 1650. I'm sure she's done it. But Elizabeth is well known in the IM and backstroke events, and occasionally a good 4x200 freestyle relay as well, and a 200 free. But yesterday, Elizabeth came walking by the station, asked me a question. I found her an answer, and there she is in the 1650, because at this Grand Prix, this event, the athletes have the opportunity to earn points for the Grand Prix title, which has a big cash prize at the end of the series. Needless to say, Elizabeth wasn't real excited to hear that the points were available, but with a big smile on her face, she said, "Okay, I'm in, let's go." And that is the Elizabeth Beisel way. Your leader out there in lane number 7 is Gabrielle Kopinski, the youngster, 14 years of age, from Texas Ford. This young lady out of North Texas is showing some great signs over the last year or so of really getting it going, as we are now actually on the back half of our Olympic cycle, moving towards the 2016 Olympic trials in Omaha. Make no mistake about it, many of the athletes, if not all of them here, should have that meet in mind as a goal. And some of the people you see competing here at the Grand Prix of Minneapolis most definitely will be on the 2016 Olympic team. Got some nice swimmers out there from Minnesota in the field with the likes of Brianne Sawicki, Kira Jansen, Sam Harding. Always great to be here in Minneapolis. The folks here treat all of their guests just like family. And for those of us that had the opportunity to be here many years in a row, as I have, we say thank you. At the end of the night tonight, many of us will be gone when the session's over. So if you have an opportunity to say thank you to somebody from the facility or the venue here, or one of these volunteers or officials, be sure and tell them that. It means a lot. Moving towards the 400-yard mark, you'll see on the upper right hand of the video board links, which is getting ready to switch to 16. The race consists of 66 lengths of freestyle. And we note that Kopinski still maintaining a lead, but the field beginning to run her down. The group behind Kopinski includes Becca Mann in 4, Elizabeth Beisel in 5, and Kara Jansen in 3. So they're bearing down on the 500, Kopinski by about a body length. Becca Mann beginning to edge out in front of Beisel and Jansen. And just when it looked like Becca Mann was going to break away from the pack that's running in second place, she's back with Beisel and Jansen. Kopinski still looks very good over there. Looks like Kara Jansen now, Minnesota, trying to edge around and take a peek beyond Mann and Beisel to see where Kopinski is. Look at that stroke on Gabrielle Kopinski. Look at the distance per stroke she carries. Compare that to the ladies here that are giving chase. One of the great things about our sport, there are lots of ways to swim fast. Certain techniques really contribute to the process, but the sport does allow for some individual variation, and also a little bit of mental toughness comes into play as well. And the gap now down to a half a body length. Jansen into second, followed by Beisel. Quietly sitting here in lane number 2 is Breanne Sawicki of Minnesota. She's certainly in position to try and join this lead group. Approaching the 800. At this next turn, at the far end of the course, they'll be halfway through the swim. Be a great time to watch the running time. If we can get one, we're sitting on about 8:02 maybe. Take that time and double it, add a bit of time to that, and you begin to get an idea of what they might be able to do at the end of the race. That is, unless one of them has a negative split in them, where they swim the second half of the race faster than the first half. And that puts them well ahead of the pace of Brooke Lorenzen from earlier today. And now the race begins in earnest. So a couple of questions come to mind. Can Gabrielle Kopinski find another gear to try and hold off this group behind her? The veteran Beisel, right there. Same thing with Jansen. Those are your top three. Mann is in great position to keep an eye on him. Let's check the splits there. Kopinski 29.5, the other three ladies at 29.1. So Kopinski is gonna have to change gears here and try and maintain with these ladies if she wants a real shot here at the win. Good response by Becca Mann. As Elizabeth Beisel now, see the strategy, swimming on the far side of the lane it appears. The swimmers can pick up a little bit of momentum through that lane rope. We call it dragging. Just like a little bit of a surf action, picking up the wave off the swimmer's hip in front of you. You can save a little bit of energy that way. We saw that in that video that we showed you tonight from the '84 Olympic Games of Bruce Hayes running down the albatross on the last 50. So our three leaders now at 28.9, Kopinski off the pace at 29.6. And at that turn, we're 1,100 yards through, 2/3 of the way through the race. And all three of your ladies here come from very good distance-based programs, although Beisel, not your classic distance swimmer by any means, certainly comes from a program in Florida that puts in the mileage, they get the work done. So maybe at this point, Elizabeth Beisel knows she's got something here to challenge these ladies. She looks great. Beisel by body length. She may have the chance to break away here if she wants to. She looks very good. Not laboring at all, just strong and steady, working her walls pretty well. And at this point, Jansen and Mann appear to be content to let her go. We'll see. Let's check your leaders split here. 28.8 for Beisel, 29.1 for Mann, and 29.4 for Jansen. Regarding Becca Mann, as we told you, she's an outstanding open water and long distance swimmer. Historically, she tends to even split her races or maybe negative split them a bit. Doesn't tend to fall off, but still trying to develop some speed on the back end of her races, and that is absolutely a strength of Elizabeth Beisel. And right now, Elizabeth Beisel pulling away. At this turn, Elizabeth Beisel will have 200 yards to go. Another rock-solid split, 28-7. The battle now appears to be for second between Mann and Jensen. $28.9 for Beisel. So for those of you young swimmers in attendance, such as the YMCA Otters that are up there in the Shark Zone, take note of this. You may have a favorite event. It may be the 50 or the 100 or the 200, maybe even the 500. But sometimes you're presented an opportunity to do something out of your comfort zone. And Elizabeth Beisel, I can promise you, she did not want to have to swim this 1650, but she looked at it and said, this is right here in front of me. I've got an opportunity. And Elizabeth Beisel, the great pro and veteran that she is, got in here and used her training and her experience to put herself in position, and now she is going to win this going away. Elizabeth Beisel, 28.6 on the last 50, into her final 25 off this wall. And Minneapolis, I want you to do me a favor. When she hits the wall, I want you to show her some love. Show her how much you appreciate seeing this Olympian get in and swim the 1650. Elizabeth Beisel. And the race for second goes to Becca Mann by 1/100 against Kira Jansen. Elizabeth, we told them how much you wanted to swim this race. They were aware of your situation. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for our top three, actually all of our 1650 swimmers as they wrap it up. And your champion out there, Elizabeth Beisel. Maybe she'll add this event to her repertoire. We'll see.